Hey, this is Jonesy from Jonesy TV coming at you with a review for the final episode of Fear the Walking Dead Season 2. Now, we left off last time, of course, with Travis brutally murdering those two kids and who had killed his son Chris. And basically, they're trying to take Travis out. They take Travis away, and that's what the scene opens with this really cool sequence. And Travis gets brought to this sort of this little contained area, and the one of the people who lives at the hotel. I forgot his name specifically, but Travis bashed in his door because he didn't want him to break in when he was killing the two guys, and he ends up dying later in the episode. So the whole crew sort of has to leave the hotel, but Strand stays, unfortunately. But we sort of get that dynamic going, and they start to figure out. They figure out Alejandro. Oh, okay, we'll get to that in a minute, but. Basically, they all leave and they eventually figure out where Nick's going. Now, let's talk about the big part of this episode, because last episode focused on the Travis Chris hotel storyline. This episode more focused on the Colonia and what happened. So, basically, Nick convinces Alejandro to let him lead the people away from the Colonia and basically make a trap for these people. And Alejandro, in his dying act, drives the bus that's guarding the wall of walkers away, and all the walkers flood in and start eating the mobsters, or the what's a better word for them, drug, how can I not think of that, the narcos, or the Mexican mob. I can't believe I can't think of the name for it. I don't even know what to say, but criminals, basically the criminals who were trying to take over the Colonia. And it's this awesome scene, and Alejandro is such a, I think his arc was just finished in such a beautiful way when he did that, and it was crazy. And if that wasn't enough, because that was pretty intense in and of itself, while Nick and the other people are crossing the border from the Colonia, Lucia gets shot because the U.S. military is setting up a base there, and I'm thinking they're trying to maintain the border, but they basically start unloading on Nick and all his friends, and we're left with two American soldiers standing over Lucia and her and Nick, and Lucia's been shot, so you don't know who's going to die and who's going to live. And of course, you end with Alejandro dying as well, and it's this insane scene because, the U.S. military has not been good in the apocalypse so far. They definitely weren't good in Season 1, but it's crazy how they introduced them at the end of Season 2 to sort of give us that cliffhanger at the border. And, Madison and Travis and Alicia are going to be headed up that way too, so they'll be interesting to see how that works out. But, this was a phenomenal episode, and it really complemented the previous episode. It wasn't quite as good, but the two-part finale, this really made Fear the Walking Dead one of the great shows of the year in my book, and it also cemented my want to watch Season 3. Like, I didn't know if I wanted to watch Season 3, like, I was going to watch it, but I didn't know if I was going to be excited about it. But after seeing both these episodes, I was definitely excited, and that cliffhanger was phenomenal. So I had to say, I would give this episode a 9.3 out of 10. Really, Fear the Walking Dead has been phenomenal these last two episodes and this last finale. Remember to like and subscribe if you like this review. Check out my other Fear the Walking Dead reviews, my Season 2 review. Links will be in the description. This has been Jonesy from Jonesy TV. Remember to subscribe and like. Signing off.